I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with... All right, hello. Good evening to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Telehealth Tuesday. This is your go-to podcast for insights on modern healthcare and wellness solutions. I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt, your host. And today we have a very, very special episode lined up just for you. Before I tell you all about our next guest, who I know very, very well, I want to take a moment to let you guys know that Telehealth Tuesday can be viewed on multiple platforms, including our YouTube channel, which is Dr. B TV, the word doctor spelled out DOCTOR, the letter B as in boy, and also Good Faith Wellness Center pages on Instagram and Facebook. So please make sure to follow, like, share, tag, and most importantly, subscribe to help support this amazing program. In addition, we want to let you know that this next guest needs no introduction. Now, this is a gentleman who I know very well. I told him to send me his intro and his bio, but I'm just going to go off the top right now. I want to tell you all about Mr. Broderick Lampkin, or you might have to correct me as Lieutenant. Is it Lieutenant Lampton, or Captain? He's gonna fix that. But when we were kids, he always wanted to be a comedian. We grew up together. He always wanted to be a policeman, and he's done that and then some. So, ladies and gentlemen, we won't bore you with any other the additionals. I want you to stand and cheer and welcome my good friend, Mr. Broderick Lampkin, the Copmedian. Give it. He's always working. He's on. Well, we'll keep going for a minute. He's on the line.
All right, I'm back.
You there, brother? How you doing?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Man, it's good to see you, man. We're in the land of the living. Man, look at this. Who would have thought, man, 30 years later, here we are on a podcast together.
Yep.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Just always working and trying to do what I do.
That's it. Look who, there's a big shout out there, man. Look who is our first person to join and make a comment. Look at that comment right there.
Yeah, I see. Dr. Lily James.
That is it, man. She told me that when she saw that, I didn't even tell her ahead of time I was going to have you on here, man, and because I wanted it to be a pleasant surprise. So we picked her up today, and she said, "I'm definitely tuning in."
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, man. So tell us all about it for those of you that don't know. Tell everyone, man, what is a Copmedian, and where'd you get that from? Tell us all about that.
Okay. Hey, give me 1 second, Mike.
All right, no problem. So as you all know, we are live, and so the Copmedian Broderick, it looks like he may be at the office, so he may be working right now, and so. But definitely, we appreciate everything that he does in the city of Orlando, or Eatonville, actually, in Florida. And so I want you guys to make sure that you know that this is a live show and that we're here for your listening pleasure and edification. But this is something where we want to see participation. So if there's something you want to ask, I'm sure he may mention some of the celebrities he's worked with and some cool folks that he travels with. And if there's something you want to know or you want to ask about healthcare, we're going to tie it all in. So let us know.
All right. I'm here.
Yeah, man. Tell us all about the Copmedian. See, man, there's my brother there. Charles is on Instagram land. Peace and blessings to you, man. Good to see you. Crystal is there as always. Thank you for being there. We got some new viewers in Instagram land. So yeah, tell us all about Copmedian, man. What that means to you.
Yeah, well, you all, as everybody know, I'm a cop and I'm also a comedian. So I came up with something called the original cop medium. It's just both of what I do. I've been saving lives um, as a police officer for 17 years.
Man,
I was promoted up to the rank of lieutenant, and I've been doing stand up all my life. Wasn't really good at first, but as you keep getting better at it and you keep going, and now I travel all the world with Michael Blackson on tour, and I also do my own stand up specials and stuff like that.
man, excuse me, that's amazing. How did you get hooked up with that guy, man? How did you get with Michael Blackston? How did that happen?
Well, he was performing at the Orlando Improv, now the Orlando Funny Bone, and I was just the host for the show. And I went up and performed and talked about my police experience and certain things in my set. And one of his managers at the time contacted me and said, "Hey, Mike wanted to meet you." So I went and met him, and he was like, "Man, are you really a police officer?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "And you're a comedian?" I said, "Yes, sir." So he said, "You can keep me safe and travel the road with me and open up?" Yeah, he said, "Yes, sir." And he was like, "All right, man, you work for me now, mother sucker."
Yeah, the mother sucker. So, man, we always try to relate everything back to healthcare, and I've had a couple of comedians and celebrities and stuff, man, and we always find a way to put this back to primary care and health. So, how do you feel about that? Do you guys emphasize that? Let's just even say in the police department, like with fitness, with the officers and people like that. What's your take on primary care, man, and prevention?
Yeah, I mean, they want us to be healthy so we can uh, do more years of service. So they every 2 years we have to go do a whole wellness check and make sure everything good. And some people find out during those checks that they got cancer, they
Hmm.
sick, they got all kind of different things, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So every 2 years we have to do this check, top to bottom, to make sure we in good physical condition.
Man, that's excellent. Is that something that started since you've been with the department, or is that like how it is in most police units throughout the state and everything?
Yeah, that's how it is in most places. They make
Okay.
sure that you get checked every 2 years.
Okay. Now, what? Now, currently, I remember when we talked the other day, you said now you don't have to. You're not going in the patrol car, man, around the neighborhood. You're able to work from the office and delegate to other people. So, what is your official title now?
Yeah, so I'm a lieutenant over the investigations division
All right.
and also patrol unit. So I get to, kind of be a watch commander at night on patrol, or if any investigations come through, I get to oversee it and make sure they're just doing the right thing.
What do you like? Do you like that better than being on the beat, as they say?
Of course, because as I got older, I could do less running,
Yeah,
less fighting, less yelling, and being in to review cameras, situations. I can tell people what to do. It's a lot better with my experience.
gotcha, gotcha. What is man? What does the family think about it? Ever since, like, say, when you actually joined the force, of course, as well, like I say, they don't know, but you and I grew up together, and how did your mom feel about that when you first actually were putting yourself in harm's way to protect the good citizens of Eatonville, man? How did she feel about that?
Yeah, well, at first, no mother wants you to go out and do something dangerous,
Yeah,
police job, military, or anything like that. And then my brother was already in the military,
that's
so she
right.
was like, you want to go be a police officer? It's dangerous. They shoot police all the time. And just luckily, I've never experienced any near-death experiences. It's only been good things and saving lives.
That's good, man. That's good, man. Tell us about a something that was like Tell us something funny about being on the road, or interesting experience you've had. I know you've had all kind of experiences and met all kind of people, but like, tell us some, something you love the viewers to hear that's either interesting or really funny that just sticks out in your mind.
Well, I remember one time I was in a foot pursuit as a suspect, and I
Mhm.
was chasing this guy, and he stopped and he put his hand on his hip as if he was going for a gun. So I stopped and got ready to pull my gun, but he gonna take a donut out
Uh,
and throw it on the ground.
man, come
Now the
on,
messed
man.
up part was he kept running. So
This ain't
now I'm
no.
faced with the most difficult decision in my whole entire career. Do I stop and take a break, or do I go catch this guy? Okay, I like snacks.
Man, come on. That ain't no. Come on, man. That's an
It's a real
comedy.
story, man. Yeah, we love donuts, man. Just FYI, I love donuts before I became the police. And
What is it with police and donuts, man?
well, as a police officer, when you go into the convenience stores, they give you free coffee, juices, and donuts.
Mm.
So as you'll see, a lot of them in the store, they either drinking the coffee or eating a donut because it's free. And so they always said, cop, what you eating a donut? Believe it or not, I remember pulling over a lady one time, and when I walked to the car, and she said, "Oh, all the donut shops must be closed, and you got nothing else better to do." So that's how we got our little cop stigma or whatever. I mean, donut stigma.
Man, that's pretty crazy. So, and what about, like, when you're watching the movies and these guys are chasing the bad guys, and you see the cop is out of breath and all that, man, how do they have something for like cops to stay in shape and all that? So when you have to be on foot, like you were saying, and when you're not when you're not pursuing somebody who has a donut on their hip, um, how do y'all kind of stay in shape and contend with that, especially with all the YNs that everybody talks about?
Yeah, well, they promote fitness training. They give us memberships to the gym, and
Okay.
then they give us an hour of the shift to go and work out, where we can go like 10-6 on the radio, and we gonna be busy for an hour, and we can use that time to work out and while we're getting paid.
Hey, that's a big one there. You use that to work out and while we're still getting paid. So that's a good one. What do you? I mean, and I've had. We recently had our here in Jackson, Mississippi, or with Hinds County, the sheriff. So we just had him on, and man, he's an amazing guy. He's doing a lot of great things here. And he also, Chief Wade, went ahead and stepped down or retired from the chief position in Jackson. And so the same gentleman, he's going to be Sheriff Jones. He's taking interim city police chief as well. So he's actually chief of police and the sheriff, man. So he has got his work cut out. So
Well, yeah.
yeah, he was on the show recently, and then I've had an officer on here last year, and so we definitely support law enforcement, man. By the way, speaking of that, so when it comes to supporting law enforcement, man, how did you deal with that when I know you probably get this question, especially when you're in Eatonville. Well, a lot of people don't know that that's actually where Trayvon Martin, where all that happened, was right there in Eatonville, where Broderick is. So when that happened, and at that time, you were on the force, man. How was it like to be an officer, or whatever your position was at that time, but to be law enforcement when there was so much unrest, everybody was pissed off with law enforcement, because we know that there's not, you always got bad apples, but hopefully don't spoil the bunch. There's good, going to be good and bad officers, just like there's good and bad doctors or whatever. So my question is, how did you deal with that, man? What was that like to go through that with so many people, upset with law enforcement and seeing black kids being killed?
Yeah, well, that happened right down the street from us in Sanford, so it
Mhm.
wasn't actually in Eatonville,
I'm sorry,
but
Sanford. Yeah, Sanford.
yeah, but that was a very bad time for all of law enforcement. And speaking of that, the shooter Zimmerman was not a police officer. He was
Right,
like just a
right.
neighborhood watch person. But because of the backlash with the police, people were out rioting. People that I know was out, protesting, and we had to help out a lot of those areas. And it was a bad time. It was a tough time, but we just tried to educate and let people know everything will be better. So I just use that time as to talk to people and educate, and that's one of the reasons why I do comedy,
Hmm.
because people always see police in a different perspective, and when they're able to come out and see my show, they're like, "Man, I wish you were the police in my community. Like you real cool." And it's not about all the jokes, but also the education at the end of the shows that we do.
Yeah, well, and that's great, man. Because that's just something, and I asked the same kind of question to Officer Vance, when he was on last year, and Sheriff Jones when he was just in, Chief Sheriff slash Chief Jones, and but I mean, because I just know that that's got to be tough to deal with, man. Just like with what we do, especially like working in the hospital, and somebody's dying, and the family's looking at you, for all the answers, and it's like, well, when somebody dies of things that could have been preventable, and they're looking at you like, do something, and I say, well, I'm sorry, like, I mean, something should have been done a long time ago, and maybe the person wouldn't be in this shape. But anyway, but yeah, I know how that feels too, to be in that predicament. So, what do y'all do now going forward? Like Sandra Bland, the first thing that comes to my mind is, when y'all approach a civilian at a traffic stop, and you're approaching it, which is, they say, one of the most dangerous things that y'all do. When you approach somebody and they make a movement, like, what kind of training is that? Like, what do you do? What do y'all do in those instances, like, to be prepared for a person who makes a sudden movement, and maybe they don't have a gun in the car, maybe they just jittery? Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, I mean, you just gotta rely on your training. I mean, sometimes you have that feeling, and that feeling, you just gotta trust it. I've always been the kind of person that I give people chances, hey, let me see hands,
Hmm.
and multiple times. And the only thing that you got to know, like I tell the guys, my guys under me, is that the only thing that can kill you is their hands. So if you can't see their hands, you don't know if they got a gun, you don't know what they got. So I always demand to see their hands, because as long as you see their hands, then you know that they can't potentially, shoot you if you see their hands. But if they're making sudden movements, that's already a red flag. If I'm telling you to stop and let me see your hands, and you continue to move forward, and you reaching in your waistband or your pockets for something, that's a justified shooting all day long. I mean, I gotta go home to my family, and like you said, the police is a authority figure. They're telling you something that's gonna keep both of y'all safe, and when you don't comply with those demands, then there's an action that has to follow that, or I can end up hurt or killed myself.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a tough job, brother. That's a tough job, man. Um, And then, one other thing I wanted to touch on, and we'll shift back to maybe more on comedy. Um, but you talked about authority figure. And like I say, I know you personally. I mean, you're a jovial guy, joke around a lot. But, I've even noticed myself, man, when we get pulled over, it's kind of like, and I mean, after all these things happen with Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, the list goes on and on, unfortunately, after all these things have been brought to the light, I even changed the way that I interact as well, like, and it's like people say, well, I'm not going to be, no, turn into no slave or something, like, hey, yes, sir, master. But I know that I do approach, just try to make sure you're really calm and keeping your hands there, because so many people have been, unfortunately, shot. um, but my question would be, why do you think it is that so many officers, and we're talking about the bad ones, when they do approach somebody, no matter how the citizen is behaving, it's kind of like it's automatically inflamed. You know what I mean? Like, soon as they get there, say, "Hey, you know why I pulled you over?" Say, "No, I don't, officer." And then, I mean, they just kind of go 0 to 10. Like, what is that from? Where does that come from?
Yeah, well, I think most of the time, sometimes the officers that are working in high crime areas, it's like they're very afraid, and when they go into interact with people,
Hmm.
like for instance, if you go for to a call where you just pull somebody over, they jumped out with a gun and you in a foot pursuit and they drop the gun and you fighting over the gun and you grab the person and you handcuff them and all this stuff like that. Then the next time you pull somebody over who's just a good law-abiding citizen, you got that last interaction that you just had with the guy that had a gun. He took off running, so you're just a little on edge, and you can't treat everybody the same,
Right.
but you definitely have to handle those situations by the situation that's in front of you. So it's sometimes I have to go to my car and tell myself, all right, calm down, everything's good. They got license. They show me their hands. I look in the car. There's nothing that can hurt me, and then I just do my job. But there has been times when I had a bad feeling, and I'd rather just let the people go. And when I say that, I had pulled over a car. It was late night. The street light was out. It just felt like a movie, and
Yeah.
they had very dark tint, and the car didn't seem right. And
Mhm.
as I started to walk up to the car, I just had this very bad feeling. And I was just like, you know what? Let me see. Went back to my car and got on my radio and I was like, you're free to go. And they just drove off. Now,
Wait a
now
minute.
that could have been a good situation or somebody just driving home from work or something. But
Yeah.
sometimes you have that feeling, man. You just gotta back off from certain things,
What you say?
yeah.
You got in the car and said you didn't even try to bump a window. Hey, go ahead. You got on the mega. So what made you pull them? Why'd you pull them over? In the first
I
place.
think it was like a broken tail light or something, or it was
Oh,
like something simple. That's why I say it just didn't seem right. Had a bad feeling, and who knows how that could have turned out.
so they just you said then they just drove on off.
Yeah, and they just drove off. So like, well, all right, man. I didn't feel bad because, like I said, man, you just never know. I'm by myself. My
Yeah,
backup was tied up. Something would have happened, and I'd have been out there. It was real dark. Couldn't really see well. Sometimes you gotta have those feelings. You gotta trust your instincts.
man. That's so. Whoever was driving the dark car with tinted windows, you caught a break. In
That
case
night,
y'all are
yeah,
watching, if y'all see this one day.
yeah. But it's crazy that I believe that, as I tell my guys, when people are doing wrong, we may not always catch them, but eventually they'll get caught because they
Okay.
continue doing stuff. They don't just do something one time and stop. They continue doing things, and eventually they'll get caught. So it might not be our night to catch that person, or it might be our night to catch that person. When we were on the air just now, there was one of my officers came into the office and interrupted me and said that there's a guy who ran from the police a couple nights ago. He's here to turn himself in, so they're getting
Really?
ready to take him to jail. So some people have a change of heart. They got away free,
Really?
but instead of having a warrant, they're gonna come in, turn themselves in, and go on to jail and accept what happened here a couple nights ago.
Wow. They had a warrant out for his arrest.
Yes,
Okay.
from fleeing from the officers. Yeah.
Man, well, I guess does that make it any better for him? Like, does that just does do you think the judge look at it like, well, this guy at least turned himself in, and we can reduce it may reduce.
No. It's I mean it's always nice and it does look a little better for them, but the statute doesn't say they turn themselves in and they get some points or something.
Okay.
It's whatever they did, they have to face that responsibility of their actions.
All right. I got you. We'll take a quick pause for the cause. USA Rubber TV says, joining in late, so I'm gonna use this opportunity to do a pause for the cause, and then, Broderick, you can let them. I'd love for you to tell us about what you're doing, the things we discussed in Orlando, and your new business venture. So we'll let you kind of put a plug in. So I want y'all to know that this is Telehealth Tuesday, and USA Rubber TV, if you're still listening, we are here each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. And we have all types of interesting people, from doctors, lawyers, business owners. We've got comedians, law enforcement officials. So you never know what you're going to see, with pastors, so mental health professionals. So we've had all kind of amazing guests on. So Telehealth Tuesday, we're on multiple platforms. We broadcast to LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube, Dr. B TV. So make sure you guys subscribe. And the other thing we want to mention, this upcoming Saturday, the 13th, starting at 12 o'clock p.m., we have the Good Faith Wellness Reset, where we're going to be featuring free Pilates sessions. Okay, it's going to be 4 30-minute sessions, free cooking class. A free cooking class, and you're also going to be able to. She's going to do a demo so you can taste the food. It's for meal prep, and we're also going to have Z Fit. So she's a local fitness instructor. She's amazing, and she's going to show us some routines to help lose those extra pounds. All of that is free at Good Faith Wellness Center, Lakeland Drive, Flowood, Mississippi. All right. I was asking your guests also about the comedy. So, all right, Roger, I'd love for you to take it away, man. Go ahead and let everyone know what you're doing. Tell us about this new venture you've got that you told me about. It's a venue that you have in Orlando.
Yeah, so now currently every Thursday I do jazz and jokes, where we have an hour of jazz music while people come in, they eat. It's a four-course meal, and then we do jokes. And so the jazz band plays for an hour, and then the comedian goes up for a joke. Jokes and very entertaining. It's very good. We've been doing it since September. It's been going really well. Like I said, that's every Thursday in Orlando at Debonair, downtown Orlando. And it's very reasonable to go, and it's a very good time, very good experience. It's a little bit different from your regular just comedy club. Um, I'm also shooting my very first special at the Orlando Funny Bone, January 29th, 2026. And instead of having, you know how the show is called Law and Order, my show is called Law and Disorder, because it's basically me just telling jokes about a police career, certain things that people want to hear. So it's really, really uh, cool special that I'm going to be shooting live in Orlando. I also travel every week in different cities, different states. I travel with Michael Blackson, the African King of Comedy. Uh, so you can catch me in a different comedy club, a different state, almost every other week.
Awesome, man. I'm happy for you, brother. Like I told you on the phone the other day, man. I know that this has been a dream of yours, and who knows? You probably didn't even see it going to this level for yourself, man, and traveling all around the country. And so, man, I'm happy for that, brother. Really am, man. Um,
Yeah, and and getting to meet some of the childhood celebrities that I grew up watching, like
mm,
Martin. I was on a Martin lit tour. I was
mm,
with Mike Epps, his tour, and just a lot of comedians. I've been at shows where Jamie Foxx, Cat Williams, and Dave Chappelle. I mean, you name them.
wow.
Because of the connection with Michael Blackson, I've been able to meet these people as well, and sometimes even perform with them. So this
Man.
has been a dream come true. Like I said, in my mom said when I was 3 years old and growing up, I was say I'm gonna be a police and I'm gonna be a comedian. And
Mm,
just being able to do both of those at a high level has been just a blessing for me.
yeah, the Copmedian.
There you go.
So, man, how is it to work with some of these guys, man? Are they really funny in real life? Just kind of hanging like I'm imagining Dave Chappelle right now with a cigarette in his hand, and just talking some
Yeah.
crazy. Like, are they funny like off stage and everything?
But the crazy thing is that they're funny all the time. Like they just don't never stop being funny.
Yeah,
They're making jokes about seeing when they see people, they meet people. They're just always making jokes and having a good time. They're always in a good spirit. They're just laughing and playing, not taking anything serious. And you just sometimes you see people they're funny like on stage, and then they get off stage. It's just a completely different person. But
yeah,
a lot of people I met, like Dave Chappelle and Cat, I mean, these guys are all funny. Michael Blackson, these guys, Martin Lawrence, they're just funny, just in everyday conversation.
man. That's cool. And a lot of people. I say this all the time. They say, well, why did you get why did you invite this guest, or this guest doesn't have anything necessarily to do with medicine. But I said, so many things in life really actually they do, and we all know that laughter is like a medicine.
Yep.
And yeah, man, and in the world these days, I want to get your take on it. In the world these days, with so much death and destruction, I just came back from a funeral of Aunt Lois, who's my mom's best friend. Oh, I don't, I think I mentioned this when we talked, but yeah, she was in Atlanta, man, and or in the outskirts of Atlanta. She passed. She was 95 years old. So
Wow.
yeah, man, and so we just lost her, and but with so much going on, and especially even unexpected deaths, and when younger people pass. And by the way, another wanted to mention my fraternity brother Larry Armstrong, right here in Jackson. Unfortunately, 53 years old, man, just passed away from complications. Well, I'll say related to his history of cancer, because that I won't say more than that, but people did know that he did suffer from that at some point. And man, it really just kind of it's sad, man. And so anyway, I'm saying that when people ask about, man, so why, because I've had comedians on before, and I always feel that comedy is so important, and for us to laugh, because most of us we don't. It's so much harder, even anatomically in the body. Like when you have frown lines, it's harder actually for those to go away, and people get some, other our brothers from another mother, if you know what I mean. They get crow's feet around their eyes, all those wrinkles that people end up getting Botox. But if you smile more, see the smile lines, those don't stay etched in your forehead. So even the body is telling us laughter is like a medicine. What say you, Broderick? What you think?
Yeah, I agree, man. I got into comedy because I just felt like I wanted to make people have a good time. I turned like people say you turn like your pain into laughter. So there's a lot of things I've experienced, a lot of bad things, a lot of good things. So I just talk about it, everyday stuff that people go through, and I think that heals. How many times people come to me after the show like, "Oh my God." Like I felt like your jokes was me. Like that was my life. Like I had those same things, and just being able to see you talk and joke and laugh, and I had a good time. I
Mm,
had one lady. She came to me and she said that her grandmother used to come to all my shows and tell everybody about me all the way up until she passed away. And so she said that she was like, I got to come to one of your shows. My grandma would always talk about you. And
mm,
she's like, now I see why. She's like, very entertaining. It's something that's different because I talk about the police perspective. Like when
right.
people hear about police stories, they hear about the police doing stuff to people, but
Yeah.
you never get to hear the police side of some of the stuff and some of the things that we hear from people, like as excuses why they're doing what they're doing. And
Hmm.
some of that stuff is just comedy gold all in itself.
So are there any that come to mind, like some crazy? You told us about the guy that reached for the donut. Any things come to mind?
Like what? Like what you saying? Come to mind about the
Yeah,
police
like when you
stories?
said, yeah, the people. I think you were saying like some funny things, like excuses. You're talking about perpetrators, like you're talking about like
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, I've pulled people over, and I remember this one time the lady told me, she said, I told her, I said, ma'am, I'm pulling you over for running the stop sign. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance. And she was like, yep. I just left church and the pastor said the devil would be busy. I was like, ma'am, are you calling me the devil? I'm like, I mean the devil would be busy.
The devil be busy.
Yeah, like you ran a stop sign. Like, no, I'm pulling you over for that. And so it's just always like different little stuff. I mean, like I ain't gonna get into the comedy stuff, but a lot of times,
Hmm.
I remember this lady. She was riding with no headlights at night, and then when I pulled her over and I'm telling her, ma'am, I'm stopping you because you don't have any headlights on. And
Hmm.
she was she was like, no, you lying, you lying. I said, ma'am, look, your lights are off. You see your
Right. His
dash is
lights are
dark.
off, man.
And so then I reached in, I turned on the lights, and she started saying, nah, you just did that. You turned my lights off. I said, don't worry, man. I wasn't gonna give you a ticket. But I also remember this story too. One time I pulled over a car for having one headlight, and I walked up to the car and I said, "Ma'am, license registration, proof of insurance. You got a headlight out." And she was like, "Well, are you gonna give yourself a ticket? Cause your headlight out too." And I looked back at my patrol car, and one of the headlights was out too.
It was their headlight was out.
Yeah, mine was out, and I was like, "Dang!" I was like, I tell you what we're gonna do. You go fix your light, and I'm gonna go fix my light. I'm gonna give myself a warning, and you give yourself a warning, and we'll have it fixed the next time we see each other. So it's just
That's
little stuff
hilarious.
like that, man. Just be funny. Like I didn't even know my headlight was out. Here I am pulling over people, giving them tickets for having their headlight out, and my lights are out.
What did she say that, man? What the lady say? Did she start laughing when when she was saying, like, was she laughing when she said, "Wait a minute now, yours is out"?
Yo, yeah, she was saying the good mood. Like, a lot of times, man, people have these negative experiences. Like, I never try to abuse my authority with people
Yeah,
because just like you got this position of authority, it could also be taken away.
that's right.
So you got to understand that, I'm not anybody's master. I'm not anybody's like boss. I have more authority than people. I just treat people fairly, because to be honest with
Right.
you, I know people that have been arrested for bad things. And I had a situation one time where these guys were trying to fight me, multiple guys, and just the street neighborhood guys came to my defense. And I
Yeah,
was getting scared at first because I thought these guys was coming to help jump on me and help, like, oh yeah, we want to get them too. But they came and defended me and was grabbed the guys and like, look, y'all ain't gonna touch him. That's our police officer. And it just felt good to see that, even people who have not so good lives, they're able to help out and see the
yeah,
good, in people.
yeah, definitely. My mom has a interesting comment. Then Jamie, I'm gonna, and then we'll go to Jamie's next.
Did
Uh,
you put it in? I'm
uh,
saying, just give me a second. I'm almost done.
she said, "My mom says when the two of you were students at Mount Sinai Junior Academy, Broderick would fall on the ground behind my car and then say, 'Lawsuit, lawsuit! I'm filing a lawsuit.'" So he has always loved being funny. I am a witness.
Yeah. And yeah, that was the good old days, man. I remember being in church school, and there's a few things that we did. I always remember we went to go play basketball this one time for recess, and Calvin, one of our school friends, was like singing this song, who gonna stop me? You ain't stop me.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
free
yeah,
soldiers, nah 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 nah.
yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah,
principal was like, Calvin, come
yeah.
on in here in the office. We gonna see if Miss Bird can stop you.
Oh yeah,
And she didn't let him come play the whole recess. So yeah, but they kept us straight, man. People like Dr. Bonaparte,
yeah,
man,
man.
God bless the dead, but
God
that
bless.
man grabbed me up so much on my side of my stomach, and used to be like, don't play the fool in my classroom and stuff. So,
Yeah, he
so
would say, "Bro,
man,
stop your foolishness."
stop your foolishness. Exactly. That's what he would do, and he pinched you so good. And but we needed people like that that helped us stay straight, follow our dreams and stuff like that, because a lot of people didn't make it and get to
Yeah.
see what they could have been. A lot of these guys that we grew up with are in jail. Some of them are dead. Some of
Yeah,
them
man.
don't have authorial lifestyles because of bad decisions.
Yeah, man. Even when I was there last year back home, man, at Mount Sinai, and this guy tapped me on the shoulder, and man, I turned around, and so I know we all probably done picked up some weight, and we all look a little bit different, but you can at least distinguish who we are. But I mean, I almost didn't recognize the guy, and he tapped me on the shoulder, and it was Anthony, and I
Yeah.
didn't even recognize him. And unfortunately, man, he as he was killed.
Hmm.
It's real sad. And you talked about the Bonaparte family, man, and that the whole family, they passed, and even the son. I don't know. Did you hear that? That Andrew?
Oh no, I didn't hear about that. Andrew.
Yep, yeah, he's gone, man. Yeah,
Wow, what happened with him?
I probably have to let my mom chime in on that one because I really wasn't sure about it, but it's kind of strange, man. So yeah, yeah, man. So, but like you said, we never know the time, man. We never know the hour because even in this short time we've been on the podcast, man, we've mentioned people that are from our age all the way to 95, so that means that,
Exactly. Yeah.
and well, if we talk about Trayvon, he was 18 or something or seven,
Yeah, I
something.
think he was like 60.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're talking everything from teenagers all the way to 95. We've mentioned just in this podcast. So that means, we really got to get it together, man, as a people if we want to be healthy and moving into the new year. My good friend Jamie, all the way from Maryland, is joining us again, and Jamie says that laughter truly does the heart good, just like the Bible says, Proverbs 17:22. A cheerful heart is good medicine. She states that my mother passed away. That's right. Condolences again, Jamie. My mother passed away this year from endometrial stromal sarcoma. So, in other words, that for y'all that don't know, the endometrium is the inside of the uterus. So, basically, you can say, well, a type of uterine cancer. So she said, I was devastated. The next day, a friend came over and told some jokes, made me laugh so hard, and I cannot express how much I appreciated that moment of joy. That laughter helped carry me through an incredibly difficult time. God always knows what we need exactly when we need it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good.
Um, well, absolutely, Jamie. And so thank you for sharing that. I know that's going to bless somebody that's here listening. Mom said, I believe that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, my mom. She said, I believe Andrew committed suicide.
Wow. Well, I was saying because he was a young guy. I didn't know
Young,
if he was sick or anything.
yeah. I think he was only a few years older than us, right? 3, 4 years older,
Yep.
something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
was.
Um, well, yeah, man. Tell us she said on Instagram. I'm flipping back and forth to our Instagram family. So thank y'all for hanging on with us as well. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or even concerns, let us know. We've got about 15. I think we started with 5 after. So we got about 15 minutes left, and I want everyone to chime in if you got questions, comments. Oh, let's see who this is, Broderick.
Mhm.
Look who that is.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations to you, man, on getting married. I know that wasn't recent, but hey, man, that's still a lot of folks aren't getting married these days. So congratulations to y'all, man. Uh, how do you move past all you see in the field as a doctor and police, and continue to show up every? uh, well, all right, I'll tackle it because she mentioned police too. So I know I'll tackle this and we'll let you finish it off. I'm gonna say that's a great question. Honestly, like I tell people, and my mom has always told me, you don't want to discourage people that are trying to get into the field, and like younger folks and stuff. But I'll be honest with you. I love what I do, and if I knew back then what I know now, would I still be a doctor? I honestly, I go back and forth with it. Again, I love what I do, but if I had known that the time would pass and it would be such that it is now, where back in the day, like when we were growing up and everything, and my father and all that, doctors really, you know, there was a lot of respect. The community appreciated you, and same for law enforcement. Um, and all of us that do what you and I do, man, they looked at us like, wow, man, one day they respected. I want to be like that one day. Pillars of the community. It is so different now. And then even like working for the hospital, to see what some of the hospitals are doing. Like there's a particular hospital here, it'll remain nameless, but in a particular city, not in Jackson, there was a cardiologist who was a heart doctor who was taking care of minorities. And if you were over 65, he said, well, your best years are behind you. So if you came in with a heart attack and were happened to be over 65, I mean, hell, in his mind, he said, well, good luck. And this guy wasn't even going to treat you because you were black and old. And that's the truth. And so honestly, man, I was pissed off. And to be honest with you, I really wanted to do something to the guy. I was pissed off. And the crazy thing is, to answer your question, the administration didn't even support me. And one of the guys in administration is my fraternity brother, the first black COO of a hospital. And he let them have him to do their dirty bidding, and eventually to let me go because I was a whistleblower standing up for our people. And so healthcare is just not what it used to be. Again, it's not doom and gloom. That we still do a lot of great things in the community. We have Good Faith Wellness Center that I'm partnered with two other people, and we own and operate that, and we do a lot of good for the community. So I still love it, but it's just a different type of love. I get frustrated a lot with the healthcare system, Shani. All right, brother. What you think, brother?
Yeah, I mean the same with police, man. Back in the day, and I mean before me, we all looked up and respected the police.
Oh yeah.
The police had a great reputation, and then like over the time, you'll see that most of the police officers these days, I mean they're disrespected, they're yelled at. People are just they don't respect law enforcement the way they did. And it's difficult being a cop. Like I tell people all the time, they're like, "Oh, I want to be a police officer just like you," and I'm like, "I'm, I'm not sure you want to do that these days because times have gotten worse." And
Yeah.
in Florida now, we have open carry, so you can walk around with
Okay,
a,
like in Mississippi.
a
Yeah.
gun on your back, open guns and stuff. It's like Wild Wild West, man. So it's very gonna be very dangerous coming up. And like you said, the police are just not respected anymore like it used to be.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you again for the question. I mean, that's a good question, because I think a lot of times the people, they only see the I guess the glitz and glamour, if you will, of these positions, like you said, with you guys being a chance to get a chance to eat free. You kind of wield a certain amount of power. You guys can have your gun in most places, and but they don't look at the hard work behind it, what it takes to become an officer, the training, the continued training, the pressure from the community. And it's the same thing with us. We have to do continued training, pressure from the community. So,
Oh yeah.
hopefully.
And then answering questions like when something happens, they want people to be arrested immediately. Like
Mhm.
they be like, "Oh, well, such person got shot and killed. You guys got to go get him right now. Like, go get him." Like, well, we knew where he was. We would go and get him right now, but it's going to take an investigation that takes time. But eventually, we will get him. And that's the good thing about law enforcement. Like over the time of my career in investigations, most of the people who've done really bad things, we've caught up to them within a reasonable amount of time and put
Mhm.
them in jail where now they're in prison for life.
That's right. That's right. We want to take the last couple of questions or comments, so you guys go ahead and get those in now. We got big shout out to KBRS show in the building over in Instagram land. It's Kanoy Brown. He's doing some great things in the community. He's a funny guy. I'll have to tell you about him, Broderick, man. He's an influencer here and just an all around funny guy. We just had David Banner, the rapper. He's
Oh
from
yeah.
yeah, he's from Mississippi, and he just did a big show with my friend Stephanie Luckett this past Friday. And man, they I don't know what's going on. I don't know exactly what he said, but there were some people who were offended and at some of the comments that he made about Mississippi and some other things. So it's just it's crazy, man. I'll ask you about that. Um, do you find that these days, like, it's so much easier to offend people? Like, it's like you got to walk on eggshells all the time because you'll be called into the office or reported or taken to HR, even if you can say things in the most delicate way.
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody is offended by everything these
Yeah.
days. I mean, I got complaints on my desk from officers who's giving somebody a ticket and said, "Have a nice day," and they said, "Well, why would he give me a ticket and tell me to have a nice day? Like my day is ruined." Like now
Yeah.
the officer was being rude or being wrong for telling me to have a nice day.
Mhm.
Or they get a ticket and the officer doesn't tell them anything. And like, well, he just gave me a ticket. He didn't tell me anything. Or,
Mhm.
just different things that people's like, oh, well, he's smiling when he was talking to me. I think he was laughing and playing at my situation.
Yeah.
And we more like, well, if they don't smile, then it's like, well, they was being rude and stuff like that. So it's just so easy these days to be offended by any little thing.
Mm.
And there's a lot of complaints that come in. And now we have body cameras. So
That's
we
right.
have to go back and review these cameras to see if there's any wrongdoing on our part or if the complaining person just was being a little difficult at the time.
Yeah. Absolutely. You see, Latasha's there, man, for one of our other childhood friends. So, yeah, thanks for joining us. How you doing? Yeah, man. Back in the day, Pine
With
Hills in
Tasha
the building.
Turner, yep, they used to have a singing group when Tasha could sing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Who all
Yep,
was in that group, Tasha? You still on there? Who was Evie? Was Evie in there? Evie,
I think
sorry.
it was Tasha, Evie, and my sister, I believe,
Precious.
Precious.
Yeah. Where's Precious at? She need to be on here. Where is she? You told her you were gonna be on the show, man.
Yeah, yeah, Precious. She's just living life, man.
Yeah.
She's She works at the hospital at Advent Health, so
Okay.
she will be good to be on Telehealth Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great, man. Donovan, what's going on, man? As he said, it's all good. We're looking over at our Instagram family. We've got some couple of folks that joined here right at the last part. Man, I know we got about 5 minutes left, guys. 5, 6 minutes left. Roger, I'd love for you to tell us, man, everything that you're doing, where people can find you, where they can follow you, what shows you have coming on, man. Just love for you to have the floor and take it away, man.
Yeah, so like I said before, Jazz and Jokes every Thursday. In Orlando, downtown Orlando at Club Debonair. We do an hour of jazz, live band, and then an hour of jokes. It's a very popular thing. We started here in Orlando and it's been doing well. Been going for like 3 months straight. I'm shooting my special January 29th at the Orlando Funny Bone. It's called Law and Disorder. Well, I'm going through all of my cop stories and all of my material. I will be doing that as well. And then for Valentine's Day, we are putting on a really big show in Orlando at the Experience Event Center. We have the singer, R&B singer Sherelle. We
Hmm.
have comedian Michael Blackston. We have the Wild and Out Cats, Rip Michaels, Royce Bell. We have a few other R&B acts, and we have some cool DJ Harm T, and comedian Type Mike going to be hosting the event. at the
Nice.
Experience Event Center. It's going to be really, really good. So
Okay.
I'm telling everybody now, get your wives, your dates, everybody ready, because that's where it's going to be at. February 14th, 2026. The Valentine's. It's going to be called My Funny Valentine's, where comedy meets R&B.
Man, I love it, man. That sounds amazing. Latasha says, back in Orlando, guys, on the east side, got a question. She was saying about health. You got a question, Tasha? And she said, oh, in the group, it was her and Rashid. Oh, yeah, yeah. Rashida was she? Oh, Rashida. It's saying that Rashida Turner. She talking about Rashida. Precious Heavy. Okay.
Yep. Oh, also you can follow me on Facebook
Good.
at Brody Love. You can follow me on Instagram at Brody_Love. It comes up as the Copmedian. And like I said, I'm on all major platforms that just mostly Brody Love. Just look at that and I'll pop right up. Should have a blue star next to it.
Awesome. I need to see where is Tiffany. Tiffany Harmon, you on there? She should have been the first one on there. I don't know if she's watching. She watches some of them afterwards. She'd like to come to the comedy show. All right, well, y'all get with them. Get with them.
Yeah, come on out, man. We love to have y'all out, man. We have a great time. Like I said, we do have an active every Thursday, Jazz and Jokes, 8 p.m. Orlando downtown at the Club Debonair.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, man. I wanna, and as always, if you can just hang on for a couple of minutes, I'm gonna close it out. And if you can just hang on with me, man, so we can rap for a little bit, like afterwards, after we roll the credits, that would be great. Um, no, Tosh. So thank, man. I
Oh, and
appreciate
also people can go to eventbrite.com to get the tickets to
it.
Jazz and Jokes, also to My Funny Valentine's, and for the show at the Orlando Funny Bone, they're available on the Funny Bone website.
Okay, great, man. Your wife's on it, brother. She just said, "Where can they buy this?" She's on it, man.
Oh yeah,
She
she
is
keeps
on
me
it.
focused.
That's great, man. Yeah, and thank you so much for your support, both of you on, and Tasha, thank you for that as well. But yeah, just hang on for a second, brother. After we'll close it out, and then we'll get a chance to wrap. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another amazing episode of Telehealth Tuesday. I would like for y'all to give it up for the Copmedian himself, Brody Love.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. Next week, we're going to have some amazing guests. I won't tell you who it is because you got to make sure to stay tuned. Check out Good Faith Wellness Center, Instagram, Facebook, and especially Dr. B TV, DOCTOR, the letter B TV. And please make sure to share, tag, like, and subscribe. But it's going to be a fantastic show. You don't want to miss that. And as we stated before, the Good Faith Wellness Reset this Saturday, which is December 13th, starting at 12 o'clock, we will have free Pilates classes, 12, 12:30, 2 and 2:30. In between that, from 1 to 2, we'll have a free cooking class, and we'll also have a free Z Fit Fitness is going to be here to show us what we need to do to shed those extra holiday pounds. So you want to be there, Good Faith Wellness Center. If you go to goodfaithwellnesscenter.com, click on the flyer, you can register right there. We had, as of Sunday night, we only had 6 slots left. So there's no telling. It's maybe like 4 now. So please make sure to check that out. Good Faith Wellness Center this Saturday. Try to send the love. I'll be back next Tuesday. I appreciate you. Please, and bring some friends with you, Tasha, and everybody else who's viewing. Always don't keep this to yourself, because every week, every Tuesday, we have amazing content and guests, just as you've seen tonight with the Copmedian. And so bring a friend with you. Don't be selfish. And if there's anybody you want to see on here, if there's anybody that you yourself want to be a guest, please make sure to let us know. We're always putting the good Lord first here. And God willing, we'll see you always on a Tuesday. This is the place where we treat and discuss mind, body, and soul. And remember that true wealth begins with good health. See you next Tuesday. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health.